3, 2, 1. Discover Albania's hidden gems. 10 places you must see. A 9-minute cinematic tour. I speak to you now of a land folded between rugged mountains, two restless seas. A place where history and nature meet in crisp clarity. Albania is a country of contrasts. Ancient stones warmed by Mediterranean sun, alpine shadows where waterfalls whisper, coastal cliffs that fall away into glassy water. In these 9 minutes, we will sweep from shorelines, silent ruins, marble streets, emerald springs, tracing the soul of a nation that has quietly kept many of its treasures. Join me as we move slowly, with patience and reverence, allowing each scene the space to breathe. Look closely at the details. The texture of a cliff face, the pattern of a tile, the way light catches a column at dusk. This is not a hurried catalog, but an intimate conversation with place. Let your senses lead you. Let the imagery open a map not only of geography, but of memory and meaning. These 10 sites are doorways into Albania's past, present, waiting to be discovered. Begin where the Adriatic meets dramatic cliffs and hidden coves. The Albanian Riviera, a coastline of sun-drenched villages and crystal waters. From above, the shoreline carves a delicate lace of coves and headlands. Boats scrawl white signatures across azure bays. Villages cling to terraces, their red roofs a warm punctuation against the cool blue. Walk the narrow lanes and you will find life unfolding at sea's slow rhythm. Fishermen mending nets, elders under fig trees, and children racing the tide. The scent of salt and grilled fish hangs in the air. Time here is calibrated by the light. At dusk, cliffs become silhouettes, and the sea holds the final glow. Step into Berat, the town of 1,000 windows, where Ottoman houses cling to the hillside and history feels alive. From the valley floor, the whitewashed facades rise like tiers of a living amphitheater, each window a gaze into centuries of domestic life. The castle above keeps its slow watch, stone upon stone, while the city below hums with a measured grace. Wander the winding alleys, and you will encounter carved doorways, narrow courtyards, mosaics of light that fall across ancient plaster. The rhythm of footsteps on cobble is the same as those who walked here long ago. Merchants, artisans, families. Within the castle precincts the panorama opens, terracotta roofs, the meander of river, the distant sweep of mountains. The churches, the mosques, stand in quiet adjacency, testimony to a layered cultural tapestry. In Berat, time is not erased but gathered, each era adding a new layer to the town's elegant palimpsest. Pause at a windowsill and peer into a room where sunlight warms a wooden chest. A kettle hisses softly. Small intimacies that make this place profoundly human. Here, history is domestic, and the ordinary becomes a bridge to the extraordinary. Explore Girocaster's stone streets and fortress, a living museum of towers, cobblestones, timeless architecture. Built of gray stone, terraces of descending houses, heavy doors, steep eaves. Each house is a fortress of memory, rooms folded with stories. The citadel dominates, a bastion that has observed generations pass. Ottoman soldiers, traders, villagers. From the ramparts, the valley stretches out. Patchwork fields, olive groves, the river Drino, threading like a silver vein. Within the fortress, old guns, storied halls. Walking Girocaster is a textbook of stone, grain of masonry, courtyard shape, tile pattern. Yet the town is animated by small details. Fluttering laundry, a child's toy glint, a cat on a windowsill. At festival time, the town fills with song, costume. The stone streets seem to dance. In the meeting of communal and monumental, Girocaster reveals the depth of its character. Relax on Xamil's powdery sands and turquoise bays, island-like beaches perfect for swimming in serenity. Here, The sea adopts a palette so pure it seems painted. Aquamarine, cerulean, a paler blue that fringes the shore. Small islets speckle the bay, inviting short swims, quiet exploration by boat. The pace of Ksamil is kindly and slow. Families spread blankets beneath tamarisk trees, while kayakers thread gentle arcs across calm water. Cafes near the shore serve the day's catch, their tables set beneath the dappled shade, and the laughter that floats across the sand is warm and low. As the sun moves, the colors shift. The shallows glow like liquid glass, then deepen to sapphire. In the late afternoon, the beach empties to reveal a tranquil geometry. A line of shells, the imprint of footsteps, a single gull tracking the tide. These small inventories of presence make Ksamil feel intimate. This is a place for the uncomplicated pleasures of salt and sun, rest, gentle adventure. Stand before the Blue Eye, a mesmerizing spring of electric blue bubbling from unknown depths. Its water appears lit from within, a deep sapphire that churns as though a living heart beats below. Then, venture into Theth's alpine valleys in the accursed mountains. This untouched refuge rewards hikers with waterfalls, stone houses, and a profound sense of solitude. Discover Tirana's vibrant heart, where colorful facades brighten Skanderbeg Square. It's a city in conversation with its future, a welcoming farewell to a land of wonders. Cross Kamani Lake, by fairy fjord-like gorges, mirror waters, one of Albania's most cinematic journeys. As the boat slips through narrow passageways, steep cliffs rise on either side, their faces carved by time, carved by rain, their reflections duplicated in the polished surface below. The water moves with a quiet deliberation. Small settlements dot the shoreline, their houses mirrored in the lake. Occasionally a goat appears on a terraced slope. Occasionally a shepherd appears on a terraced slope. The journey is slow, inviting contemplation. Passengers move to the rail, successive frames of cliff, successive frames of forest. Light filters through the clefts and makes patterns on the water as the ferry turns a bend. A new vista unfurls, a sequence of scenes stitched together by motion. The boat becomes an observatory, a moving window that frames the landscape. Kamani is a reminder that travel itself can be the destination, a passage that allows the mind to reorient, a slow procession in which the land reveals itself in patient increments, each one more intimate than the last. Walk among the ruins of Apollonia, ancient columns, amphitheaters, and whispers of a classical past. Founded centuries before the Common Era, this site unfolds as a sculpted plain of stone where time has both eroded and preserved the inscriptions of human aspiration. The scattered columns and carved capitals speak of a world oriented around civic life and grandeur. The amphitheater rises gently from the earth, its tiers catching the wind, and one can almost imagine the murmur of crowds long since dispersed. Wildflowers and grasses now soften the ruins, weaving a living layer through the classical fabric. This interplay of decay and renewal is itself a kind of history. Apollonia's setting is generous. Olive groves and distant hills provide a backdrop that has changed little in millennia. Walking these ruins is to sense the continuity of human curiosity, the desire to make, to gather, to commemorate. Each stone becomes an essay in the passage of time. Spend an hour here, and you feel the centuries condense into a patient narrative. It is a place for reflection, for imagining the lives that once animated these stones, and for appreciating how the ancient world continues to inform our own end at Dermi's rugged coastline. Cliffside views, secluded beaches, dramatic sunsets over the Ionian Sea. Headlands plunge into the sea with abrupt theatricality, hidden beaches hugged by sheer rock, waters that change hue with the sun's mood. The coastline is sculptural and elemental. Walk a coastal path, small inlets where the sea hushes against stone, terraces where wild herbs perfume the air. Villages small and resolute, white houses punctuating the landscape. Hospitality quiet but sincere, offered over a plate of local food and conversation. As evening approaches, the horizon becomes a slow alchemy, gold, rose, deepening indigo. Last light on wet rocks, silhouette of a solitary figure watching the tide. These are images that remain with you, uncomplicated and deeply resonant. Dare me, our tour's gentle close, elemental beauty, land, sea, sky compose a final consoling refrain. It is fitting to end here with the sense that some places hold on to the most beautiful parts of their stories. We have traversed rivers, ruins, beaches, mountain passes, meeting along the way the quiet gestures of a country that reveals itself slowly. Albania's landscapes are not only visually striking, they are repositories of patience, resilience, human warmth. In every village lane and every hidden cove, there is an invitation to witness, if we are willing to slow down. As we close, consider this. To travel is not simply to see, but to remember what it is to be present. The stones of Apollonia, the blue pulse of Siri and Kalter, the slow ferry through Kamani. Each offers a lesson in attention. Carry these images with you as gentle prompts to look more deeply at the world around you. Thank you for joining me on this 9-minute cinematic tour of Albania's hidden gems. May your curiosity lead you to these places in person, to stand where sea kisses rock and history breathes. Until the next journey, keep your eyes open and your pace unhurried.